Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the vlog. Happy Monday. As you can see, we're getting into that fall weather. Summer did not last long in Seattle, but it never does. So that's that. So, if you have not seen my last vlog where I meal prep, go ahead and check that out. So today we're just going to get right into things. I had an awful night's sleep. When I say awful, I think I slept maybe 4 hours. So I was going to get up super early and go to the gym. Of course, that didn't happen, but it will happen today. I'm making myself do it today. I hate going later in the day, but you know, it is what it is, and I've got to get it in. But we're going to pivot over and look at my breakfast, and we're going to pull our breakfast together. Okay, our breakfast this morning right here is some oatmeal. So I use 1 packet of instant oatmeal. To that I added half a serving of chia seeds and half a serving of hemp hearts. And I cooked this in some of my vanilla protein shake. And I did add a little bit of cinnamon and like maybe less than a teaspoon of turmeric. So what I'm going to add to this right now is some apple. So we're going to cut up the apple, and while I'm cutting up the apple, I will talk to you about some of the things that's going on with me. As you guys know, I saw a doctor a few weeks ago and they wanted me to go on medication, and you know, I'm fighting that. I don't want to take it. But what the neurologist told me was, because my condition wasn't so bad, the issue was that because of about, I'm going to say almost 20 years ago, I had a stroke, and that's what they're basing a lot of things off of. And also, I'm just going to be honest, I'm still overweight. So I talked to my GP, my general practitioner, about the things that my neurologist was telling me, and she's gonna have a chat with her, because I told her they want me to get certain numbers like my cholesterol, I think it's the LDL, which is not high, and my general practitioner was like, oh, that's a good number. And she was like, well, what number do they want it to be? And I said, well, this woman's saying she wants it to go down to 70 or less. And she's like, oh, I'm gonna have a conversation with her, because that means you would have to be on medication. That's almost impossible with diet. And that kind of, was not a good thing for me to hear, but, So, back to the neurologist recommending maybe I do more of a Mediterranean diet, which is more heart healthy, and you can still lose weight. So I said, okay, I'll try to give that a go and see how that plays out for me. And hence, this is where we are in the journey. But when I think about it, the way I was eating was not too far off from the Mediterranean style. I just have to make a little more adjustments, and I'm actually okay with that. So I've been actually doing it for maybe 2 weeks, maybe. I'm down 3.5 pounds, so it's going well. I don't really see any drawbacks from it. The fact, I think, with the Mediterranean diet, if I'm being honest, you really have to cook your things kind of fresh. Now, I do have a few things that's left over, and I'm trying not to use the microwave to heat anything up, so that, adds another layer of complexity to it, but not super complex. Because if you think about it, you want your food to be as fresh as possible, and while the microwave is super convenient, it's not the best tool, if we're all being honest. I mean, granted, it's microwaves, okay? So, yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. And I'm going to take you guys along with me. And I'm gonna right now sit down and eat my breakfast. And I'm going to clean the house. I need to hit the gym, and I'll be checking in with, the rest of my meals. So I'll see you guys later. All right, everyone, it is time for second meal of the day. I'm going to have one of these Kirkland flavored waters, vitamin waters. And here's my salad. So it's just a mixture of the power greens. Under there is some tomatoes. And on top, these little beans here are called lupini beans. And they're really, really good. And they're just lower in carbs and higher in protein. I'm thinking I might add a little bit of onion to this. But this is meal number 2. So I will be checking back in with my final meal of the day. Okay, everyone, this is my final meal. I'm here in bed watching a little bit of television. So this is my vegetable mix and some salmon, and this is how I'm going to finish off my day. So I'll be checking in tomorrow. Good morning, welcome back to the vlog. So we're going to go into getting my breakfast together, and it's going to be a yogurt bowl. So I've already measured out my yogurt right here, and I am using the Fage Greek yogurt, the lactose free. And what we're going to be adding to it, I am going to be doing a little bit less than half of a scoop of the Vega vanilla protein powder in there. We're going to add some cinnamon to it. I've cut up some apple slices. We're going to add some apple slices. And we're going to add a serving of granola. So let's pull this together. Like I said, here's the yogurt already in here. Let's just get it mashed up a little bit. Stir it around like this. Okay, so what I'm going to go in next is with the protein powder, like that, and dump that back in there and put the top one. And I'm just going to stir this before I add the granola to it. I'm going to have to add a little bit of milk, yeah. This thickened it up quite a bit. So we're going to add a little bit of my protein. It's not a whole lot in there. We might just add all of it. Let's see. Now to get this stirred up. Here we go. Okay. Oops, I'm making a big mess. Okay. It's nice and incorporated now. Nice and smooth. Okay. Let me clean this up a little bit and clean up my hand. Okay, I am going to go in with the apple slices. And kind of stir that around also. Like so. Get it incorporated. A generous amount of cinnamon, because I like cinnamon. And stir that around. Okay, so the last thing, I'm going to turn on my scale so I can weigh this out and make sure I get the right amount. And I need 55 grams. So, let's see here. We're going to get about 55 grams. Okay, we got our 55 grams. And here is our first meal of the day. I am going to sit down and eat this. Today's plan is, it's not a workout day, but I need to get in some steps, so I'll be getting those in. I do have some housework, and I did have to cook some more vegetables, which I will show you guys. So yeah, let me sit and do my breakfast, and I'll check in a little bit later with you. Okay guys, here is my vegetable mix. It's the same kind of mix as I made the last time. I didn't realize how much of it I would be eating, so I had to make another batch of it. And I'm also going to make me some green tea. So here's my tea bags. Waiting for the water to get hot, and I'm going to just dump the tea bags in there. Here is my second meal for the day. It is the rest of the salmon and my vegetables. So this is meal number 2. All right, guys, this is my last meal of the day. It's a simple salad, and I added some lupini beans to it. So this is how I am going to end my day, and I will be seeing you guys tomorrow. Good morning, happy Wednesday. So here is my first meal. I have some protein coffee, chocolate flavor. I have 2 pieces of low-carb bread with some avocado and 1 fried egg. So I'll be checking back in with my next meal. And here is my second meal of the day. It doesn't look pretty, but it's delicious. So I have some power greens, some microgreens, some of my mixed vegetables. What else? Some chicken thighs. I think it's like 1 chicken thigh. And I put some coconut noodles in there, along with a little tablespoon and a half of hummus. So this is my meal number 2. Okay, I'm down to the final meal, and I'm going to eat some of my chia seed pudding, and I'm going to call this a day and get this video up. Thank you guys so much for following me on my journey. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you have not, and ring that notification bell. See you guys later.